all. Hi, welcome in. Good to have you. Good to see you. If anyone is here who doesn't know me, I'm Erica Dawn, Coach Erica Dawn, voice actor, narrator, and instructional designer out of Atlanta. And I'm here today to give some information on the upcoming um, iteration, I guess you could say, of my DIY demo course, which we have ran once already, and now we are moving into the second phase or second round of participants for this class. So some of you who are here have taken the class before, which I'm so glad to see you back, which means you want to do another demo, which is really great. Some of you are a part of my coaching program and have yet to take the class and are interested in taking the class. That's also great. And some of you are completely new and are not in the program and are interested in learning more about this class. It is absolutely open to you all as well. So thank you for being here. I'm going to give a couple more minutes for more people to get into the room. We did have about 30 people registered. So I want to make sure that I don't start with too much information before everyone gets here that's going to be able to watch us live tonight. But again, I am Erica Dawn, instructional designer, voice actor, narrator out of Atlanta, and also the instructor for the DIY demo course. So again, the agenda today, we're going to listen to samples from the first round of the class so that you can kind of hear the production value that did occur and happen with these lovely students of this class the first go round, which will hopefully get you excited about what you're going to do when you enroll in the course as well. After that, we are going to literally talk about all of the things that you need to do to prepare for the class. We're going to go over class dates and times, as well as some important dates that you'll need to write down before class begins so that you don't miss your opportunity to join the class and be a part of the class all the way through. We are also going to go into Teachable, which while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. We're going to actually go into Teachable, and I'm going to show you how the class flows. So I still have everything in there from the last time. I didn't delete everything that's in there just yet because I wanted to be able to show you guys exactly the structure, the outline of the class that you will see in the portal once you have access to the learning management system. And then I'm going to show you all of those things. And then we will open it up for Q&A. So if you have any questions about any of the things that we covered today, or anything about this class, that will be your opportunity to do so. I'm also going to be dropping the links for the application. So you do have to apply to be a part of this course. So applications will go live to the public on Monday. So I've scheduled this webinar for all of you who are interested in the class to have first dibs on the applications because this class will be capped. I can only take so many. Because there is a post-production responsibility that I will have once your demos are recorded. So that's going to take me a lot of time to do. So in order to make sure that I have enough time to not keep you all waiting to get access to your lovely demos, I have to cap the class. So the first go round, we had about 7 people who were approved, which is another thing. You do have to be approved. Just because you apply does not mean that you get in. We had about 7 people who were a part of the course. So this time around, I think I can take maybe up to 15, but that's probably the max. So the applications are first come, first approved. So make sure that if you are interested, you are getting your application in so that by the due date, I can have time to review those and start sending out acceptance letters. Okay. So I just want to take a look at the comment section and see who we've got here. Hello. Hi, George. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Lloyd. Oh, Lloyd, you're still in here as a moderator. Oh, yeah, you were going to moderate today, weren't you? I'm sorry. I forgot. Well, it's not a whole lot to drop, so you're good. Hi, David. Hi, nephew, Rashad. So, again, I say this all the time. So if you see people in the chat calling me auntie, it's because I say that everyone that's a part of my coaching program, they're my nieces and nephews, and I'm the auntie. So, and they're all the cousins. So that's why you'll see them communicating that way. Because like I said, there are people in the room who have been with me for a while. So All right, so let's pose this question in the chat. And I guess those who have done the course, you can speak to this as well. What has you excited or makes you feel ready to produce a demo? Let me know what that could be in the chat. And then I'm going to start sharing my screen with you guys so we can get to it. Anyone want to say something in the chat? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Or those who have already created your demo with me specifically, let me know how it's been working for you. Lloyd says, I'm excited about producing a demo so that I can share this gift with others and go to the next level. Auntie is awesome. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you. All right, I want to hear from a newbie. Any newbies want to say anything? I'm very sleepy, guys, so I'm sipping coffee. I know it's like 7 o'clock in the evening, but it's been a long day. All right. No problem. No one wants to share. It's okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to actually listen to some of the samples that took place the first time that we did the round of this course. So we are going to play that. Just sit back and listen. It's about 3 minutes long or so. So you can take a listen to some of the things that were produced by the first members of the course the first time. And then we're going to go over all the things about the new course. So we'll be here till 8 o'clock, maybe. It may not take us that long. We may be able to log off a little bit earlier. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to play it. Please ignore the snow and the Christmas bow and all of that. We did this over the holiday season. So that's why you see all of those little assets as a part of it. But just sit back and listen and enjoy.
Hi, this is Terry, also known as Coach Tenacity. Tune in to Tenacity Talks podcast. Listen on Spotify.
At Dance Expressions, dance is more than movement. It's a way to express, connect, and shine. From ballet to hip-hop, jazz, and drums, we have something for anyone ready to move. Step into the joy of dance and join the Dance Expressions family today.
When disaster strikes, every second counts. But in the darkest moments, there's always hope. And we are here to help you find it. Rescue Relief, when you need a lifeline.
Add Downy to your wash for all the freshness and softness of home. Even when you're not at home, feel the difference with Downy.
Your dog is more than a pet. They're family. Keeping them vaccinated protects them from dangerous diseases like rabies, parvo, and distemper. Schedule a vaccination checkup today. A healthy dog is a happy family.
Meet Bridget Kimball, the kid learning self-control in the most fun way. This new children's book teaches valuable lessons for kids everywhere and is perfect for young readers and families. Grab your copy today.
At Black Dimension Studios, we bring untold stories to life. Follow us and be a part of the journey.
Every day, millions of middle schoolers struggle with reading. Together, we can change this. Support local literacy programs. Every child deserves a chance to read, learn, and thrive. Join the movement for literacy. Invest in our children's future.
Cat-tastic swinging, Gabby. When the sun goes down, the treehouse lights up. It's a non-stop cat-tastic garden party with Kitty Fairy's Garden Treehouse.
Today's corporate America is a combat zone. And how do you keep track of the players? Simple. You do it with one word. Forbes.
Come to the Showplace Arena to cheer on the Chesapeake Gliders, PG County's minor hockey league team. Family-friendly prices, exciting games, and memories that'll last all season. Get your tickets today.
Do you like old school R&B? Check out the Back in the Day podcast, hosted by Kelvin Big Papa Teamer on Pandora.
Now more than ever, it's essential to understand your reproductive health options. Access to care and information is here for you.
Looking for a fun and playful atmosphere for your kids? Then make your way to Soccerland today. We have multiple soccer fields providing fun for every age and skill level. Soccerland, where everyone gets a K.
With Studio Pro, your voice is rich, bold, and pure. Every word, every note, delivered with studio quality precision. Studio Pro. Be heard, be felt.
Potential is everywhere. It's in the shadows. It's here in every single kid. Yet over 8.5 million kids need someone in their corner.
At Unity Rise Car Club, we're more than just cars. We're all about family, community, and making a difference. Each event helps us feed the homeless, give scholarships to deserving graduates, and build a brighter future. When you donate, you're fueling change.
Introducing the new Lexus IS. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Okay, so that was samples from previous demos that have been produced by myself with Erica Dawn Voices, and the lovely voices that you heard there. Some of them are here in the room today, so let's clap it up for them. Congratulations again on your first demos. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the information about the class. So who is this class for? Beginner VO professionals who have been trained in voiceover technique, recording and editing practices with access to either home or professional studios for master recording. So, although I'm using two words, beginner and trained, you could be at the very start of your voice acting journey. That was the case for some that I had in the beginning, because we do some training in the class as well. But the first round were members of my program who have gone through my course. So they kind of had at least a basic general understanding of voiceover technique, different ways to use your voice, training on how to best use your voice, because we're jumping into recording a demo, which means you're demo ready. So we don't spend a whole lot of time on the training piece. All right. So you'll see on the application where you actually have to submit a sample. I need to know that you at least have the basic foundations of using your voice and recording and editing, and understand what I mean by certain things when I'm asking for certain specs in order for you to be accepted into the class. So if you have not been trained yet, my recommendation is to get some training, get with a coach, get some training in before you decide to jump into creating a demo, because your demo is your calling card. So you want to put your best foot forward. You want to have the best quality audio that you possibly can. I always recommend, you see how it says there, either a home or professional studio for master recording. My first recommendation is to always go into the recording studio first. Even if you have a home studio, I know sometimes we're great, we can do the things from home, but that will always be my recommendation, is to go in the studio first. If you cannot financially afford to go into the studio and you have to use your home setup, that is fine, but you at least need to know the basics on getting things set up properly in order for you to be able to record and have good quality audio. Now, this class includes post-production services, so I do go in, clean some things up, but there's only so much magic I can do on the back end, okay? So you have to have some basic knowledge and training on how to use your voice and how to record and edit. All right, so we already listened to it. Here is the curriculum that you will experience when taking this course. So it is 3 weeks long, 2 days out of each week. We meet live on Zoom to go through the course curriculum. Then there is a break for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the amount of enrollment that we have. It may be 3 weeks for post-production, followed by a listening party where you will be invited, as well as members of the Erica Dawn Voices coaching program will be invited on to come and listen to a sample demo like you just listened to today. Okay. So week 1, demo overview, the importance of demos, placement. Where are you going to be sending your demos out once you get them done? Where should you avoid in the beginning with your beginner demo? Because keep in mind, this is a beginner demo. Where should you not be reaching with your demos that you are producing DIY? And submissions, like how to submit to different places, how to submit to auditions that are out there. What are the best practices in submitting? Copy, which again, if you don't know what I mean by copy, it means that you may need to get some training with VO technique and delivery. So copy just basically means a script. All right, so we're going to go over the timing of your scripts, the selection of your scripts, the writing of your scripts, and the review of your scripts. Okay, so you're going to learn how to do all of that within the class. I'm going to actually show you a timing guide to show you kind of how we go through that and how we create those scripts. And I'll also give you some tips on how to write your scripts and write your own copy, because we don't take any copy from online or anywhere else that we've seen copy. We're going to write our own copy from scratch. Week 2 is when we dive into recording and editing. So you got to be ready. Okay. You're going to be recording on your own. You're going to be doing some practice reading live on Zoom with the rest of the class. I'm going to be going over some editing hacks and editing techniques that you can use to save time and cut down on time. Filing with Audacity. I'm going to show you how to export your files, make sure that you're filing everything correctly. And then we are going to give review and feedback. And I'm going to give review and feedback on your recording and editing, so that if you need to do any revisions, if you need to do any more takes and things like that I need for post-production, we will be going over that during that time. But week 2 is all about your recording and making sure that we have quality audio and quality clips that I can then clean up and put together on a lovely demo for you. Week 3, final edit review. So that's when I'm going to be finalizing the edits that you have, making sure that we are good to go, sealing everything up with a button and saying, okay, you're good, you're good. We'll talk again about submissions. I think what I meant there with submissions is you submitting your project and your information to me. I need to have everything at that time, because then you're going to jump into your background music selection, which you are going to choose the background music for your demo. I have a program that I provide you access to during class. And during that class, you will go in and you will select the music that you want for each piece of your demo. And I will then collect that, file that with your folder that I have, and know that that's the music that you want for that piece of your demo, so that when I'm in post-production, I can put everything together there. All right. So some important announcements. If you want to take some notes down, if you have a sticky on your computer or you have pen and pad, this will be a great time to grab that. All right. And then the class dates and times. We, again, are meeting 2 times a week for 3 weeks starting May 6th. All right. So there's a lot that leads up to May 6th. So if you noticed in the description, I said that the process starts mid-April, which is facts. But the first class is on May 6th. Okay. These are the class dates. These are Tuesdays and Thursdays for 3 consecutive weeks, May 6th, 8th, 13th, 15th, 20th, and 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. If you can't join us live, that is okay. The recording of each class goes into the portal that you will have access to. So right at the end of class, once the Zoom is done downloading, I immediately upload the class to your class portal, so that you can go in there and be able to watch class that you missed before the next class. Okay. There are six weeks of class time, with post-production being approximately 3 weeks after the final class date. So we'll see once we have closed enrollment about how long post-production will need to last. We may not have that many people enrolled, and that's fine. So post-production may not take as long. But once I have the class stamped, I have everyone enrolled that first week, I'll be able to tell you approximately when that post-production will be complete and when we're going to schedule that listening party. All right. There will also be a bonus drop-in class, which means you don't have to be there. You can just come for a moment if you have a quick question, whatever it may be, on May 17th, which is a Saturday, from 1 to 3 p.m. And that will be hosted or led by Vivica McCrary, who is one of our lovely voice actors in the Erica Dawn Voices coaching program, who's been with me since day one. She assisted with the last round of this class, and it was lovely and beautiful. Everyone appreciated her help and expertise. So she will be back again to help with this class as well. All right, so due dates, application. Your application is due by midnight on April 15th. No exceptions. All right, I have to have your application, whether you're a student or a person who is not a part of the program. I need your application in no later than midnight on April 15th. All right. The application approval notifications will go out on April 21st. So that's when the payment portal will open and orientation for the class opens. I'm pretty much going to go over orientation with you all here today, but you will see it again once your portal opens for you to be able to review everything, make sure that you're good to go, and acknowledge that you've read everything and are fully prepared before class day 1. Course deposits will be due and enrollment closes on April 25th. So you'll have a full 5 days, Monday through Friday, to go into the portal, check out your orientation and things like that. Well, you'll have to submit your payment first. Then you'll have access to your orientation, can kind of review things, get yourself prepared. But you'll have that full week to do that before enrollment closes. So you have your application being approved, and then you have enrollment. So those are two different things. Application approval, enrollment. Just because your application is approved does not mean you are enrolled in the class. You actually have to physically enroll into the class, and that closes on April 25th. Okay. Final payments are due by midnight on Sunday, May 18th. So that is halfway through the class. So you are able to put a deposit down on class. If you are unable to pay in full up front, that is fine. But if you do pay a deposit, you must pay the final payment before midnight on May 18th so that you can keep access to the class week 3. Okay. If that last payment is not submitted by the end of that week or by the 18th, you will not have access to the portal anymore, and you will not be able to continue with the class. Okay. All Zoom links will be dropped in the learning portal on Teachable on the day of class. So we meet via Zoom, like I said, and every morning, the day of class, I will drop the Zoom link in the class portal. So you won't see it outside anywhere. It will be in the class portal. You'll go there for that particular class day to click on the Zoom link to access class. Be sure to log in there for updates, to post any questions that you have before class, and to review your recordings. So if you may need to go back and look at a class previous that you missed, or you may have a question that came up that you want me to answer as soon as we get into class, you can do that on the portal. Be sure to review all of the voiceover learning and digital course material before class. Study all of your voiceover notes, especially regarding recording and editing, okay? So make sure you are fully prepared on your own because, like I said, we zip through a lot. Again, those who were in the first class round can tell you that at some points it seemed like it became like a boot camp. So we don't have a lot of time to spend on the basics, okay? So we need you to be prepared and ready. Make sure you are brushing up on everything that you need there. If I provide any notes or recommendations or changes to your application, be sure to have those changes made prior to class. So if you apply and I approve you, but I'm asking for you to make some edits or some changes to your home studio so I can make sure that you're better prepared. It may be something small. Make sure that is done before class, okay? It won't be very good if I find out that you did not make the change throughout the whole class and then it messes up what I need to do for post-production, okay? So make sure that you are making all those changes. Also, in the application process, I may hear some things. I won't just immediately disapprove you unless it's just completely, not up to par. But there may be something in your application that I'm like, hey, can you go back and fix this? Let's try again. And here, apply again once you make these changes. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to those emails that are coming from me because, again, the course is capped. Once the class is full, it's full. So you want to make sure that you are getting on top of things as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm going to drop the links to the applications. I'll actually do that now so that you can start applying or at least looking over the applications so that you know what is expected and how you need to prepare to be able to apply before the 15th. This is the student application. So if you are currently enrolled in Intro to VoiceOver through the Erica Dawn coaching program, this is your application. So student application, because students get a different price point if you are currently enrolled. This is the public application. So if you are not a part of the Erica Dawn Voices coaching program yet, this is your application that you will complete. Okay. So make sure that you are reviewing those applications and getting them submitted as soon as possible. All right. You want to check your microphone settings. Very important. Once you have your mic in place at the proper specs for sound quality, leave it there. Do not bother it. Don't move it. Don't mess with it. Don't take it from room to room. Leave wherever I said it's approved, leave it there. Okay. You should run audio tests prior to all recordings. Okay. Even if the mic is still there and hasn't moved, make sure you are doing tests. But leaving it will cut down on adjustment time. So if you leave it in place, you won't have to worry about, figuring out where that change was that you made, or where I had you set it the first time. So make sure that you are running tests and that wherever your mic is good to go, you leave it put. Okay. Be sure to have soundproofing in your space. There should be no room tone or background or white noise in your recordings. If you hear a feedback or hissing sound when your audio begins to play, reproof for silence and clarity. All right. So make those adjustments on your own so that you can make sure that your audio is good to go. Practice your voice delivery skills. Okay. In class day 1, we will do a quick review of voiceover delivery, a quick review, but we will not spend much time there. Producing a demo means you should have the skills mastered already. If you feel practice is needed, please schedule a one-on-one session. So before class starts, if you feel like you need to brush up on your voice delivery skills, be sure to set up a one-on-one with me and we can definitely make that happen, okay? Your script. Start thinking about your scripts. On the next slide, you will find a style and timing guide attached for you to download. This is in the portal, so you won't be able to download it today. But we will go over this in class together as we dive into copywriting on day 1. So you're going to be writing your scripts starting day 1. This will be a commercial demo. Okay, so if you're looking for an animation demo, if you're looking for an audiobook demo, things like that, you will get the skills needed to be able to DIY that. But the demos that we will be producing together in class are commercial demos. I will follow the same style guide. If you pay attention in class, you will have the skills required to create additional demos in the future for other genres. Okay. Set up your file folders in advance for easy access to your assets and audio files. Create and label folders appropriately for audio MP3 files, projects, export it. We will review how to export and save during week 2. Okay. So if you have an external hard drive that you can connect to your computer, or you have file folders already set up on your computer that you can label your DIY demo, make sure that you have subfolders in that folder so that it's easy for you to access the different recordings that you need, because you're going to have multiple recordings in different clips that you're going to need to have easy access to. You will have the opportunity to select your own background music, like I mentioned before. You will be provided access to a website that contains royalty-free music where you can send me your selections via email. Okay, so basically how that class goes, which takes place in week 3, I believe. Yes, week 3 or the end of week 2, where I will give you access to the site. You will go in, you will pick your music, you will drop your links to your selections in the chat of class. I will go and listen to it and give my feedback on whether or not I think it's a good selection. If I say no, then you'll go back to the drawing board and find something else. But you can give me your selections. I'll say yes once I approve it and say, okay, that one works for that particular script. You will then compile them all up and email them to me, and then I will file them according to your folder that I have on my end. Now, that is, again, going to take place towards the end. So you don't have to worry about finding music, paying for music, things like that. It comes as a part of you enrolling in the course, that I give you access to all of those things that you need. Throughout the course, please do not attempt to move ahead. If you try to move ahead, I promise you're going to just be wasting your time because you're going to need to backtrack, because I guarantee there's going to be something that you missed or something that I need you to do based on what I'm going to be telling you next. So make sure you are following along with my direction, as we will be moving fast but carefully. So do not rush it. All right, so here is the VO style guide that I was telling you guys about. So this is how we are going to break down your scripts that are going to be a part of your demo. And this is generally the order that I recommend that your scripts will flow in your demo. All right, this may change depending on your voice style. You may have a completely different voice style that I feel like I need to jumble this around, but leave that up to me as the expert to be able to place things where they need to go. But this is pretty much the style guide that will be followed. All right, so your first script is going to be an upbeat, natural tone. Usually those will be your food and beverage commercials, cosmetics, grooming, household products, etc. Script number 2, a PSA of some sort, more serious, empathetic, like a cause, a charity, a campaign, hospital, vet, care, things like that. Third script will be upbeat, animated, excited tone. So think more of a kids brand, sports ad, events, things like that. The fourth script, we're back to natural, conversational tone, a location, a product, a web, podcast, radio type of ad. And the last script is more of a suave, cool, and influential type of script. You could think more of automobile, fashion, jewelry, etc. All right, so that is the VO style guide. Next is the timing guide. All right. So your demo will be exactly 60 seconds in duration with no slates. All right. So slating means when you put your name at the front or the back of your demo, these demos will have no slates. You will determine which of your scripts fit in which time frame. So once you select your moods, you select your delivery styles, you start writing your copy, then you can determine how you want to which copy you want to put in which time frame. But like I said, you want to kind of follow this per script. So the first one being 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. All right. I will show you how to do all of this in class. So don't worry. Don't get overwhelmed right now looking at the timing guide, because it can be a little overwhelming. But we will make sure that all of your copy is fit exactly to 60 seconds. We did it the first go around. We will do it again. So no worries. And finally, all productions are final. What you produce is what you produce. So please be sure that all recommendations around specs, any info or tips provided along the way are applied to ensure you have the best possible outcome. All right. So for example, if I'm giving you feedback on the noise in your space, all right, if you don't fix it and it's time for me to go to post-production, again, there's only so much magic I can do from afar. All right. We are literally doing this whole project virtually. All right. And I'll say we did a damn good job. Okay. But there's only so much that I can do without being there with you or being in the space with you. So please keep that in mind, that I need you to do your best to make sure that you're following any instruction or direction that I give you along the way. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the actual portal. While I am switching, does anyone have any questions about what we've shown so far? If no, just say no in the chat and I'll know that we can just move right along. Nope, no questions. All right. Will this live be posted to your channel? No, but you will have access to the replay. So the same link that you got to get here, you can just click on that link and you'll still have access to watch this later. All right, so here's what it looks like when you are actually in the portal for the class, okay? So as you can see there, it says this is where orientation starts. You can see the curriculum there. As you see, we have all of the classes are in there. The replay of the videos are there in the classes. All of that is there or will be there when it is your turn. You'll go around. All this will go away before the next class, but you can see how everything is there for all 6 classes. All right. Once you get in here, let me see what happens when I go to start lesson. I think it'll take me. Okay. So orientation, before you get started, has all your before you get started information in the portal. Same slides that I pretty much went over with you here are here in the orientation portion of everything. As you can see there, you can actually download these slides. So if you want to download them and save them, you can. But it gives you all of the information. It also has a point where you can leave a comment. So you can always introduce yourself here. I will be asking for acknowledgement this time around. So I want you to type your name in there and say that you acknowledge that you've gone over orientation and that you're ready for class day 1. But this is how it will look when you go in there. And then let me go back and show you the, hopefully I don't lose. Oh, let me preview as a student. I think that's what I'm doing now. Okay. See if it takes me back. Okay, yep. So just to kind of show you for class 1. So when I click in there, you can see I dropped the Zoom link in there for you to attend the class and get access to the class. Here you can still leave comments about class. You can ask questions about class before we get started. Also, at the end of class, I dropped the recording for class. So you can say I gave homework, and then there's also a replay video of the first day of class. So you'll be able to go in there and check that out as well. All right. So again, we will be starting all of the classes. All right. And you can also download it once class is over. So access to all of these videos and all the class content will go away after class 6. So I think I give you another week to go in and download the class content if you would like to keep it, because then I will delete it all again, just like I'm going to delete all of this for the next go round. And then again for the next go round. So you're able to keep any of this, but you have a time frame to where you got to make sure that you get it downloaded before it all goes away. Okay. Any questions about the portal, the class portal? Again, if no, just let me know and we will keep on moving. Here's again. All right. All right, so back to my original slide. All right, so now let's talk about money. All right, so the cost of the course, the full price is $600. The cost of the course itself is $350 plus a one-time post-production fee of $250. So that brings the total cost of the full course with your demo to $600. Once applications are approved, you can make your first required deposit of $300, so 50% deposit to access the learning portal, or you can pay in full, get it out of the way. That's perfectly fine. There is no cost to apply. So you can complete an application, get approved, but then if you find, oh, well, I can't afford it or I'm not able to enroll, you just won't enroll in the class. But there's no cost for you to fill out an application. So if you are interested at all, make sure that you are applying because, like I said, I can only accept so many applications, okay? If you are paying a 50% deposit, the remaining balance or invoice, because I'm going to send you an invoice via PayPal for the remaining balance of $300, will be due by midnight on class day 2 of week 2. I actually give you a few extra days. So it's like that Sunday of class week 2, you'll have to pay the rest of your remaining balance. Post-production will be delayed until further payment is received if it's not on time. So I'm not going to necessarily kick you out of the class. It just depends on where you are as far as your progress in the class. But your post-production may be delayed or you may not have access to your demo. Same if you're not giving me the content that I need in time, things may be delayed and may not make it to the DIY listening party, okay? Final balance due dates will be sent via email with your application approval notice, all right? So I will let you know when that due date is, which I think I said is May 18th. Yes. If you are currently enrolled in the coaching program, course fees are waived. So if you are a member of the coaching program, you don't pay the course portion of the DIY course this time only. So we did it once before. This is the last time that this will be available to students. Okay, this waived fee. All right, so if you're currently in the program and you want to join again, or this is your first time joining, keep in mind that your course fees are waived and you only pay for post-production of $250. Your required deposit would be $100 plus a testimonial. So we know that that is the requirement for students. If you want to take advantage of this discount, that is what that will be. You will receive a discount code with the approval of your application. So you still have to apply, even as a student, even if you've done the course before. You still have to submit an application so that I can keep track of who's approved, who's going to be joining the class, okay? So current students who apply and you're accepted, in your acceptance letter will be a discount code for you to apply to the course so that you can get that course fee waived, okay? Now, there's time. Like I said, if you are planning to apply for the course, you can still get enrolled into the course. I don't know. Most of you have been on my email list or have been in my workshops and things like that. Right now, we are going to be going under a redesign of the Intro to VoiceOver course. So there's some spring cleaning going on. I'm offering discounts on joining the coaching program. For the month of April, you get 50% off of joining the program with code AprilVO. That is active right now. So if you want to join the coaching program, you too will have that waived course fee for the DIY demo course, which ends up turning out to be about the same. If you enroll now, you get 50% off the course, which is $650 for the course. So that means you would only be paying $325 to join the program, have the Intro to VoiceOver course where you can brush up on all your technique and everything like that, and get your course fee waived for the demo course and only pay for post-production. So in the end, I did the math, and I'm not good at math, y'all, but I did the math. With that math, you're literally only paying $25 to be a part of the coaching program and get the course. So it is a better value for you to go ahead and get enrolled in the program, because you can get enrolled for literally $25 and also be a part of the DIY demo class. But it's completely up to you. Some are more advanced and don't feel like you need the training or you don't need access to the program. That is okay. But for those who are new and who feel like you need to kind of get some skills under your belt before we start, this is a perfect time to do that. So you can enroll in the course now, get brushed up, get approved for the DIY demo course, and have that course fee waived, and you're not paying that $300 to join the DIY demo course, okay? So if you are interested in that, again, the code is AprilVO. I'm going to give you guys the link now, which you can access tonight, anytime before the applications are due. Use that code, that discount code, and that will get you right into the program. So to tell you more about the program too, again, a lot of the first go around, everyone who was involved, everyone on that sample demo that you heard is in the program currently. A lot that are trying to join again are in the program currently. So some of the things that we do in the coaching program, they too can speak to it in the chat. A bunch of them are here. They can kind of speak to the experience on right now, especially in our community Facebook group, where everyone is super supportive. I just announced an expansion of the company with Erica Dawn Voices. We now also have EDV Learning Solutions, which is going to be the production of ads as well as instructional design services. So current enrolled students are going to be having a lot more paid VO opportunities through the company because there are a lot of things that I will be producing outside of just voiceover, ads, commercial ads, property tours, instructional design, courses that need to be narrated, things like that. My personal trainings that I'm putting out that need to be narrated, where I go first to students of the program to audition for those roles and are paid to do so. Okay. So there is an advantage to being a part of the coaching program because you also get some job opportunities that will be coming up very, very soon. Okay. Now I do take you through audition processes. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't make things easy for you. You still will go through processes that you would out in the real world, but as part of because that's part of my coaching. You have to learn along the way. So you will be required to audition for roles. You will not get feedback on your auditions, things of the sort, because out in the real world, you will not hear back once you submit an audition to something. No one's going to give you any feedback, and I'm not going to either. Okay, so again, those opportunities are available to current students, though, or will be available very soon to current students as I just wrapped an expo that I did this past weekend where I've already got some interest in some training that they would like to have developed for their company and their business. So I will be posting auditions to our Facebook group very, very soon and providing those opportunities for those who are enrolled. All right. And also I'm seeing so many great things happening with the demos that were produced just in the fall. I'm super impressed with current students and what they've done and taken that demo and done with it, what they're producing to market their VO services. I think I forgot to mention that the last class, which is class 2 of week 3, is a marketing class where we talk about all things marketing. What do you need to do now that the demo is done? Who do you need to talk to? Who do you need to put that out to? What do you need to do with your social media? How are you going to promote your voice acting demo? Things like that. So all of that goes on in this course as well. Okay, so again, there is the link. If you want to get enrolled tonight, you can using the code AprilVO. And you will basically, like I said, when you do the math, you're basically in the full program for about $25. Okay. All right. And okay, again, and a virtual listening party will take place 2 to 3 weeks after our final class. So depending on when post-production is done, all students of the EDV coaching program will be invited to attend. Please do not invite others as this will be a private event. So it will be virtual, but it's just for us guys. So it's just for us to celebrate those who took the time to invest in their demo and really took the time to do the work, because you guys are going to have a lot of work that you got to do on your end to make this happen. So we're proud of you and we want to make sure that we celebrate you. So it's just for members of the program and people who were in the class who will come onto that virtual listening party. If you want to host your own virtual listening party for your family and friends once it's done, hey, be my guest. Okay. You will also receive a certificate of achievement at the end of the course that you can have to share. You can print it out, frame it, put it on your mantle, whatever you like to do. But again, another token to show the hard work and dedication that you have put into creating and producing your own voiceover demo. And lastly, let's have some fun. You are creating something for your growth that you should be very proud of, and enjoy the ride as you learn a new skill. All right. So we have a good time as well. We have a good time in this group. Again, like I said, they call me auntie. They're the cousins. We're literally a family. Okay. So that doesn't stop with you. All right. So we would love for you to come and be a part of the family, join the program, or at least join the course if it is something that you are interested in. I will drop the links to both of those applications again for you. Again, the application goes live on Monday to the public. So once it goes public and I run an ad to it, I don't know how many applications I may get. I may get 1, I may get 100. Okay. So you have first dibs at those applications now. You have first dibs as becoming a current student if you enroll in the program between now and Monday, so that you can make sure that you get those discounts that you need, you get the right application in. So if you know that you're going to enroll in the program, you will be doing the student application. So, and then I know my students, so don't try to do a student application to get the course fee waived. I know my students. So make sure that you are enrolled in Intro to VoiceOver to be able to do that student application. Otherwise, you will do the public application, which I'm going to drop again, both of those for you right now. Here is the student application. So again, those of you who did it the first time, you have to apply again. You can just type your name in all of the sections, because again, I know who you are. So just type your names in the section so I know that you are applying to be a part of it, but you must submit an application to be approved. And then of course, current students, you just do the student application for the first time. Just make sure you're filling out all of the necessary information that is there if it's your first go around. All right. So again, here are the class dates and times. If you need to take a screenshot of this slide, Due dates are here as well. Application due date by midnight, April 15th. No exceptions. That's newbies, oldies, whatever. No exceptions. I need applications in by midnight, April 15th. All right, that is it. What questions do you all have for me? Drop them in the chat. You got 10 minutes with me. I can answer anything you would like me to answer regarding the course. People who are here, who did the first round of the course, feel free to drop information about your experience with the course in the chat. I'm sure others will find that valuable and helpful as well. And then I guess I can come back on camera for you guys. Not that you guys care about seeing me, but I'll be here. All right, any questions? Questions? Let me know. With this was a great experience, learned a lot, and Auntie is a hard task master. Yes, I am. I'm a tough cookie, but that's why we produce the magic that we do. Amazing work. Do you have recommendations for acting coaches? On-camera acting coaches or voice acting coaches? Because my recommendation for a voice acting coach would be me. Yeah. And you have to look at, as far as on camera, you'll want to look in your area, wherever you reside, to find out what the best on-camera acting classes you can go to. Okay, so you want to receive voice acting coaching? My recommendation would be to enroll in the program. Enroll in the program so that you can access the course. It gives you full information on what you need to know to get started in the VO business. You can also get discounts on one-on-ones with me if you're in the programs, just at $35 an hour. Outside of that, if you want to set up a one-on-one, it's $100 an hour. But if you are enrolled in the program, it's only $35. So that's my recommendation as far as voice acting would be to get enrolled in our coaching program. If you are looking for on-camera acting, look in your local areas to find out what would be the best options there. George, which class dates will require me to be in my recording space? Class week 2 is when we get into recording. But again, all of classes are recorded. So if you're not able to physically be there live on the class, just make sure as soon as you're able to get home that you're able to go and review what we covered so that you can do your recordings. Because you're not going to be doing much recording while in class. We're going to be going over how to make sure you are recording properly once I hit end on that Zoom and you run to your home studio to get it done. So you won't technically be recording in class, but you can always go back to the classes if you need to, if you're not able to physically do anything that we are actually doing in class. Same with the copywriting class. We do physically write our copy in class. So if you're not able to be somewhere where you can do that, you can always just refer back to the recording from class and get it done that way so that you can submit homework, because I do require you to do some homework things that I need to come back to me. Kelvin said, come join us. I know that's right. Yes. Come join us. We would love to have you. What kind of mic or recording setup do we need to begin? Okay. Does anyone want to answer that question? And the only reason I'm not answering is because this is for a demo. So I need you to know what you need and know at least the basics of what you need to get started. I will recommend, as far as a brand, if you do not have a good microphone at the moment, a good brand that you can get inexpensively is called a Fifine microphone. It's a good quality that you can use in the beginning to get started with recording. That is the brand name. You can look that up on Amazon. That would be the best. Genevia said, I'm coming. I know that's right. Come on. The program doesn't come with one-on-one coaching. Do you receive feedback? You mean, do I provide feedback? It doesn't come automatically with one-on-one coaching. The program comes with an online course and access to the community Facebook group where you get access to auditions. You get access to our monthly meetings. You do get discounts on one-on-one coaching because, again, my one-on-one coaching is $100 an hour, which you do. The public has complete access to that if you prefer to do it that way. If you are in the coaching program, however, it's only $35 an hour for one-on-ones. All right. Lloyd said he initially started out with a Fifine USB. Now he uses a Rode NT1. Yes. Fifine is a good one to start out with. I still use a Fifine when I'm traveling. I also use a Fifine microphone at work for faculty to narrate their lecture content. So it's good. It was a great experience, but you will put in the work. Yes. Yes, you will. But you have a great outcome. A great outcome. It's an investment, guys. So you invest in your business, because I am a voiceover business coach. That's what I have labeled myself to be. And you're making an investment in your business so that you can get a return on that investment. It's all about ROI. During the monthly meetings, is it like a Q&A? No, we usually in our monthly meetings have some sort of topic that we are covering, whether it be something that's going on in the industry, or is something that I've noticed that people need a little bit of help with some of the questioning that goes on in the group and things like that. We may focus on a specific topic. I may have a project that I am asking for everyone to do in that monthly meeting, things like that. I may have some updates, class updates, things that are coming up that I need help with, all that type of stuff. All right, any other questions? Feel free to post questions to the people in the group people in the chat who are already part of the program too. Yep, I'm putting you on the spot. Any other questions? Do you know if you're currently doing the course, if no feedback? I'm not sure I understand your question. Can you clarify? Feedback on what exactly? All right. Any other questions? How do you know if you're correctly doing the online course? The online course is modulated, so you're going through modules. So I'm lecturing on camera on the module. So it's just like if you take a course for school or you take a course for a new job that you may get, you just go through the modules. It's self-paced, so you don't have to start or finish it at any time. You can go at your leisure, at your own speed. But I am actually teaching you about the basics of voiceover on the course. So you're not coming live like we are with the DIY demo course. It's pre-recorded. So it's completely online, asynchronous. You can do it at your own time, at your own leisure. Now, if you have questions as you're going through the course, you can ask me questions directly. You can email me, or you can ask in the group. Anyone in the group can help you with questions that you may have along the way with your journey. Everyone is very communicative and helpful in that way. But it's a self-paced online course. So you take your time through it. There's homework. Everybody doesn't do the homework, but that is another way to get feedback. If you submit the homework, I do give you feedback on your homework that you submit, but I can probably count on two hands how many homework submissions I've actually received. And I've got over 100 people enrolled in the course. So that tells you that. But you'll feel comfortable enough, even with the help from the group and others around you. I have some who have not even completed the online course yet, but they're already working. So it just what the work that you put into your coaching, the work that you put into being active with the group and active with the program, the more you'll get out of it. So again, I have people who have gotten through like 5 modules, but they're already out there working just based off of what they have completed in the course and the experience that they get by being a part of the group. You're welcome. Please join us. We love to have anyone who wants to be involved. It's a great way to prepare. I will tell you that some of the actors who did the first round of the DIY demo course were only in the program for a few weeks before we started. So I did get some really newbie people in that first course, and they are, for lack of a better term, they're doing a damn thing right now. And I'm so proud. So proud. So that could be you too. All right, so we're 1 minute over. So if we have no more burning questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you all go. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you for joining. Again, make sure that you get those applications in. If you need to go back and watch this video, you can by accessing the link that you clicked on to get here. I'll also be sending a follow-up email tomorrow through Eventbrite that will have the link to the replay if you need to get back to it. I will also link the applications and the Intro to VoiceOver course link in the show notes. So if you do go back and watch, you will see it in the description of the video now going forward, okay? All right, so thank you all again for being here. Really enjoyed the time spent. If you have any questions, you can also email me at ericadawnvoices@gmail.com, and I will get back to you that way as well. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.